Good morning, students. Once again, in the lecture of cybersecurity and digital forensic. As we had seen the various points from the unit number 2 in the previous lectures also. So, whenever the cyber attacks terms will become under the particular mind or the terms will be occur cyber attacks, at that time most of the we can say that key vulnerable kind of activities or the what will be happen with the particular devices or particular person, a particular internet user after the attacking on the particular devices. So once the cyber attack has been overcome on the particular devices or the networks, then the impact after the cyber attack or what is the impact of a cyber attack, that will be the consideration. A successful cyber attack can cause major damage to the organization or the system. As we know that all the organizations try to store their data on the server, try to store their data on the particular devices, systems which will be available in the networks. So that system, that devices will be capable of storing the data, and unfortunately if the hackers try to finding out the weaknesses of the networks to get entered into the particular networks, then it is very difficult to get protected from such kind of hackers, because they can't take your permission to access your devices. They can't get we can't provide their authorization to access the particular devices. We can't provide them permissions, but avoiding such kind of a permission and all the things, they get entered into networks, they get access to your particular devices which will become under the particular networks, and they try to stolen the data, they try to capture the data, they try to damage the particular system by using the various technology, by using the various tools, by using the various kind of programming codes. Once they get entered, once they get access, so they totally damage your particular devices. They try to activate their malicious code into the system. So which kind of a code they are going to use for the performing such kind of activity, what is the malicious code, we are going to discuss it in the upcoming lectures also. So if they are going to attack on the particular organization's network or on the organization's devices, so you are totally damaged, they totally damage your particular organizations also, they totally damage your particular systems also, as well as they also try to demoralize, or they can also we can say vanishes the business reputation in the market also after the attacking. It may happen that if the business reputation will be go down in the market because of the cyber attack, so it is very difficult to again you can see that get the trust of the customer, because customer is totally bonding with you, with your organizations, with your particular business organizations, with your particular products and all the things. If suppose for example e-commerce application, that is Amazon, Flipkart, etc, on which we are trying to purchases the number of item on the daily basis, on the monthly basis. So we are totally habitual with that particular access of the e-commerce applications. We are try to means store our data in the electronic form also, total address, phone numbers, house numbers, debit card information, credit card information, internet banking, if we are trying to habitual with that all the transaction on the particular e-commerce application. Suppose on Amazon or on a Flipkart, if they are not providing the security to their customer, suppose once the hacker hacked the particular Amazon or Flipkart kind of a e-commerce application, so what will happen? They totally stolen your data. They totally theft your data from this server of these e-commerce applications. So it may happen that ki next time after, because the customer doesn't affect to such kind of a thing, what happened after the stolen the data, what happened after the theft the data from the e-commerce application, what they do with that particular data, we don't know exactly where they are going to sell the data, how they are going to use the data, we don't know, we are unaware about the activity after the such kind of a hacker do the thing. So customer just say that ki next time he will be thinking about whenever he want to use or he want to purchase online items from the e-commerce application, the next time he may think about the particular applications, because the trust or the bonding that we had made with the particular business organization applications, so that bonding, that trust may get over because of the such kind of activity. So these are the some impacts which will be happen after the cyber attack. It will totally damage the organizations. So some potential result includes after cyber attack is that financial losses to the particular organizations. Financial losses means that if you are attacked by the particular criminal minded person, so it may happen that your particular organizations may get suffer from the all the activity, all the we can say that key circumstances which will be occurred, so that may affect to the result of a financial loss also, because once the attack will be occurred, so it may happen that they demanding for the penalty also, they demanding for the particular payments also. And you know that ransomware, that is a malicious code that will be activated in 2017. So ransomware once attacking on the particular organization system, so he doesn't provide any kind of access to the system. You are not able to open your system also, you are not able to start your operating system also. So ransomware have the such kind of a capability. If such kind of a thing will be occurred, that ransomware may get penalty from the various organizations, because you can't access your particular system, you can't get the entered into your particular system. Such kind of a code will be activated by the ransomware at that time in 2017. So because of that, financial losses will be occurred for the most of the organizations. So these are the some potential kind of result will be happen with the particular cyber attacks, that is the impact. Then reputational damage, as you know that if the any organization get hacked by the particular organizations, or the legal consequences if the happen with the particular organizations at that time, so that reputation may get damaged. Once in the market, if your reputation get damaged, so it is very difficult to again stand for the reputation in the market. So it will again will need to get a struggle for the reputation also. So this kind of also we can say that key potential damage will be happen with the organizations. Legal consequences, as we know that if the once the cyber attack will be occurred on the organizations, so all the legal consequences will be need to be done. So that may get time, they will get some kind of a time, all the activity, all the particular parameter they are going to check. After that, if we are not fit with the particular legal activity, and then it will be again we can say that loss to the particular organizations. So these are some kind of impact which will be occurred, means it will be totally damage the organizations, it will totally damage the particular system also, it will also may result in a financial loss, it may result in a reputational damage, and it may with the legal consequences we need to be sustained in the particular result. So these are some kind of impact of a cyber attacks. As we know that in previous lecture we had discussed about the various kind of classification of attacks. Once again we are going to discuss what is the attacks, which are the types of cyber attacks. As advanced persistent threat, that is the APT, that is one of the threat, because threat is a result. If it will be entered into a particular system, so it will may damage your particular system. So advanced persistent threat will be that is APT is a network attack in which an unauthorized person gains access to the networks and stays there undetected for the long period of a time. So it is very difficult once if the threat get entered, and that threat may damage your particular system in the network. That threat may stolen the data from the particular systems in the networks, and it is very difficult to identify such kind of a threat in the networks. So they are doing their work after getting entered into the particular networks. So that unauthorized person may get access to your particular system if they get entered into the networks. So that threat not get identified properly. So because of that, that threat will be stay there for the longer period of time. So that threat we call it as advanced persistent threat, APT. After that, it is a backdoor. Backdoor is another cyber attack, type of a cyber attack in which method of bypassing normal authentication and gaining access in the operating system or the applications. So whenever we are going to start our system, whenever we are going to access our system, so proper authentication will be required to get entered into the particular operating system, to get into particular applications. So backdoor threat, a backdoor kind of attacks bypass all kind of activity, and they get totally entered in the system, so that they get access of your system, they get entered in your system, and they get try to uh, stolen or theft the particular data from the system. So totally bypass the normal procedure which will be required, that is authentic procedure which will be required to get access the particular system. It is a backdoor cyber attacks. After third one, that is a buffer overflow. Buffer overflow is an exploit that takes advantages of the program that is waiting for the user input. So we can say that most of the, so that code may take advantages of the particular system to get entered, and they are going to waited for the user input, because user may try to get provide some kind of activity like providing the filling the forms and all the activity which will be required for the uh, data interaction. So that buffer overflow is example for the such kind of a cyber attacks. Then man in the middle attack. These attack intercept and relays message between two parties who are communicating directly with each other. So it may happen that whenever the two parties will be communicate with each other, at that time some thread will be get activated. So that thread may have the capability to get access between the communication also. So man in the middle attack also provide that where they are going to interrupt an existing conversation or the data transfer between the two parties. So if they are going to enter into the between the two parties conversation after inserting into the particular that man in the middle attack thread in the between the two parties conversation. So they are going to insert themselves in the middle of the transfer. Then the attackers pretended to be both legitimate participants. So they are trying to get data transfer also, they are trying to get interrupted the particular conversation also. So these attack is a difficult, but they are preventable also. That attack is when an attacker intercept communication between the two parties, either to secretly provide or modify the traffic between the two parties. That is the capability of that particular attack. So how we are going to prevent it from the such kind of attacks? So man of middle attack get prevented. Use a virtual private network system for avoiding or to encrypt your particular web traffic. So if we are going to use these web VPN for the avoiding the particular man of middle attacks, so it is very difficult because VPN may provide the encrypted kind of a technology, may provide several limits to the particular hacker's ability to read the modify the particular web traffic. So it will be get helpful for the man of middle attack. After that, cross-site scripting, that is XSS, we had also discussed in the previous lecture also, that the code is injected attack that allows an attacker to execute malicious JavaScript in another user's browsers. So it may happen that cross-site scripting attack is a type of security vulnerabilities that can be founded in some web applications. So that cross-site scripting attacks are also called as a XSS. They are the type of injection attacks that inject malicious code into the safe website. An attacker will use a flaw in the target web application to send some kind of a malicious code. Most commonly client side JavaScript will be uses. So attacker try to get accesses and that they are going to injected some code, malicious code into the particular website that will be the safe website, and that get injected whenever they are going to need some kind of a web application they are going to attacked. So there are the three main types of cross-site attacks, scripting attacks, that is stored accesses, reflected accesses, and the DOM-based accesses. So stored accesses we call it as a persistent kind of accesses. That is the most damaging type of a cross-site scripting attack. Reflected accesses is the most common type of cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. We can say that. Then third one that we had that is DOM-based cross-site scripting is an advanced type of accesses made possible when web application client side script user provided data to the particular documented object model. That is advanced type of a model attack, that is a DOM-based accesses. So these are the cross-site scripting accesses. Then denial of service attack, as this term will be known to everyone, that we had also seen that denial of services attack, any attack where the attacker attempt to prevent the authorized user from accessing the services, means that the DOS attack is an attack meant to shut down a machine or a network, making it inaccessible to its intended user. If the DOS attack will be occurred on your particular organization system or in the networks, so you can't able to access your own networks, you can't able to access your particular system also that have the capability of this attack. DOS attacks accomplish this by flooding the target with the particular traffic or sending it information that triggers the particular crashes to the system. So these have the capability कि they are not able to provide authorization of the particular system if the attack will be DOS attack will be occurred on your particular system. Some common example of a DOS attack are the UDP flooding, SYN flooding, and the DNS applications amplification. These are the some example with the denial of services attack. So these attack will also damage your particular organizations. They also have the capabilities for the financial losses for the organizations. Then SQL injection is one of the attack which will be occurred. As name itself suggests that will be related with the database because that is a part of the SQL injection is a very common exploit web application vulnerability that allows malicious hackers to steal and alter the data in a website's database. So as you know that key all the data will be stored in a database, that confidential data also or that the day-to-day daily data also. So that data may get used by the most of the organizations for their particular work. If the attackers try to attack on your particular database by using the SQL injections, so the SQL injection is nothing but the web security vulnerabilities that allows an attackers to interface with the queries that an application make to its particular database. So whenever we are going to use some kind of a fire, some kind of a queries, at that time SQL injection will also provide the capability that the attackers try to interfere, or we can say that that interfere with the particular queries by using the SQL injection attack. So that malicious SQL code for the backend database manipulation to access the information that was not intended to be the display. They are going to alter the particular databases. They are going to use their databases. They are going to modify that particular databases, and that may affect the particular system databases. Altered SQL queries also, they are going to inject malicious code also by exploiting the application vulnerabilities. And after successful full of SQL injection, attacks allow attackers to modify database information also, that access the sensitive data also of the system, that executed admin tasks on the database also, and they are going to recover files from the system also if they are going to inject it some kind of a SQL injection. So if your database get modified once by after injecting the SQL injection, so it is very difficult to get again such kind of a database will be available previously. So these are the very dangerous, we can say that, of the particular cyber attack. Then we have a zero-day exploit, that is a vulnerability in a system or device that has been disclosed but it is not yet patched. That is a zero-day is a computer software vulnerability, we can say that either unknown to those who should be interested in its mitigation or known and a patch has not been developed. So that is zero-day attacks is a both term that they describe the recently discovered security vulnerabilities that hackers can use to attack the particular system. That zero-day attacks take place when hackers exploit the flaw before developers have a chance to address it. So 0 day is sometimes written as a 0 day also, means you can use a 0 for the particular figure also. As considering the example for the 0 day, that is it include the Stuxnet. This malicious computer worm targeted to the computer used for the manufacturing purpose in several countries, including Iran, India, and all the Indonesia. So that zero-day attack, that is will be attacked on the Sony zero-day attack. That Sony Picture was the victim of a zero-day exploit in the late 2014. If the zero-day attack will be occurred, so according to the some survey, 80% of the successful branches where zero day attack, means there is a chances of that ki zero day attack will be occurred on the particular organizations also. So by definitions of the zero day attack, no patches will be exist for the zero day vulnerabilities, and user systems have no defense in a place, so making attack highly likely successful for the zero day. That is, zero day exploit is a method or a technique threat actors can use to attack the system that have the unknown vulnerabilities. So this is about the zero day kind of a attack. So zero day may get prevented also. So if there is a regular system updates we are going to do, if you are going to use the antiviruses software in a particular system also, then we can easily prevented zero day attacks from the system. After this attack or occur on your particular system, so they may get impacted of the organizations for the cyber attacks. Then we are going to discuss about the various malicious codes which will be available, which will be used by the hackers. There are the number of malicious code or the which will be used by the hackers to hack the particular system, to hack the particular networks. So we are going to discuss about malicious code in the upcoming lectures also in a details way. So viruses, network worms, Trojan horses, botnet, keylogger, rootkit, spyware, adware, ransomware are the some malicious code types which will be available. So what is botnet, what is the ransomware, what is the particular adware and network worm? So we are going to discuss about these malicious code in the next lecture. So up to this we can say that ki if the cyber attack will be occurred on the organizations, so impact of that cyber attack will be very harmful to the particular organization. It will damage to the particular organizations also, it will damage the particular system also, it will damage also the business reputation in the market also, it will also may uh, uh, customer trust may get loss also because of the some kind of a cyber attacks. If attack will be occurred, then it will be also financial losses to the particular organizations, it may also damage the particular reputation, and you are going to binding with the legal consequences which will be occurred for the cyber attacks. So I hope ki what are the cyber attacks, what are the types of cyber attacks, and what is the impact of a cyber attack will be occurred. So these are the some potential results. But if the cyber attack occurred on the businesses, so it is a very higher cost for the from the operational disruption and altered business practices also. The biggest losses come from the reputational damage. Companies that have lost control of their customers' data have paid millions to settle the particular claim that ransomware, that particular thing will be done. If the cyber attacks can causes electrical blackouts, failure of military equipments, and breaches of national security secrets, so they can result in the theft of a valuable sensitive data like medical records. They can dispute phone and computer networks or paralyze the system, making data unavailable. So that may got happen if the threat or if the threat get injected in a particular networks or system, or if the cyber attack will be occurred on a particular organizations. So it may get paralyzed the particular system, they may get data will be unavailable, they may get disrupt your particular phone also, and they can use your sensitive data for their particular operations also. They can also use the medical record also. These are the some impacts will be available of a cyber attacks. So loss of income, loss of financial, and loss of we can say that data, that is the major impact considering after the cyber attacks. So in next lecture we will discuss about the malicious code and their particular types. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you.